Hey, Steve Basic Architect. How y'all doing today? I'm excited. Look at, I'm on a construction site, you know. I'm like a kid in a candy store. When I drive up, it's like, yeah, near accidents, near fatalities as I'm driving in because I'm trying to capture it all. Even knowing I'm going to park the truck and walk around it, it's just, I get amped up when I'm out here. So, speaking of amped up, today's video, it's all about the details. Let's go look at them. Pocket headers. Now, I like to use pocket headers. I want to say I might have coined the name, but whatever, doesn't matter. Pocket header is when we tune a header to the load. In this case here, you can see this is roughly, say, a 3-foot opening. Has one single 9.5-inch LVL. It gets tucked up tight to the double top plate, brought down, and then you can see the jacks go up to it, and then we fill this in with a 2x6 plate, and then this becomes our window rough opening. Now, when I talk about tuning, I said one LVL there, right? If we come down here, you'll notice this is a double window, and in the double window, this gets a double LVL, right? So we bring it out. So we can still get about almost 2 inches of closed cell insulation in there. So we'll get roughly R13 in that pocket there, where over there, we're probably getting closer to R, 20-ish in that R value, but we're getting something. But the most important thing about this is that cavity is accessible like our stud cavity. And what that means is the insulator does what the insulator does when the insulator does it. We're not out of sequence. We're not asking them to come back for extra work. We're not asking them to do something special. We're asking them to simply insulate when it's time to insulate, right? So they're going to come in, they'll shoot 4 inches in the floor frame here to seal that up, and then wherever the headers are, they'll seal that up and they'll shave that off, and then we'll have insulated headers. And the framers really didn't have to do anything different. The other thing to understand is single 9.5, double 9.5, it means that the window heights as we go around the house always manage to stay at the same elevation. We just build out 1-ply, 2-ply, or 3-ply. And in the case of the kitchen window, and we'll shoot a separate detail of that next, there we had to eliminate the plate because we had to come out and we had to go to an 11/7/8. So we'll take a little bit out of the plate, the double top plate, and we'll remove the head plate, and we'll make up for that additional 3 inches. So. All right, so we just talked about the 9.5-inch pocket header. There are going to be instances, like in this case, where this beam comes in and we have to build that beam out to a full triple and move it to 11 7/8. And that's what you're seeing here. So what's happening is 3 LVLs, 11 7/8. Notice we go to a single top plate, so we push that up a little higher, and then as we come down, there's 2 layers here, and then that sets this elevation so that it now matches all of the windows around the house perfectly. All right, next detail. Now, a lot of you're probably familiar with it, but there might be somebody watching this video that has absolutely no clue. We call these LVLs, laminated veneer lumber. They're basically plywood. I've actually been to the factory where these are made out in Oregon. And they're made just like plywood. You get a bunch of veneers, they get glued together. They're actually made in like 54-inch widths and something like 60 feet long. It's quite an impressive series. You can go check out the videos on Build Show where I did that. But they're made by Roseburg. There's other companies that make LVLs, but the beauty of the LVL is it's a lot stronger than, say, a 2x10 or 2x12 for the same span, as well as you can get 5.5, so you can get 7 1/4, 9.5, 11 7/8, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24s. And notice, here we have these 3 16-inchers. And so we can get those beasts. We have a bearing wall up above that's carrying roof load. That's why that's in there. But LVL, laminated veneer lumber, basically another term for a really strong wood beam. All right, so I just talked about the laminated veneer lumber in a beam. Well, they also make engineered wood columns. So this is basically a 6x6, 5.5 inches or 5.25. But notice up close, this is just, it's made just like plywood is, right? It's all glued together, nice thick LVL, and then they basically cut them into columns. Now, these compared to wood, they probably, I don't know, probably on the order of 2x in what they can carry versus, say, a standard 6x6 piece of pine that's cut into a column. So LVL engineered wood columns. All right, next detail. You know, this is one that, like, I didn't draw. I won't take credit for it, but this is Brian, who's the site super, guy in charge out here, project manager on site, whatever his title is. But Brian is one of the best thinkers out on a job site. I love chatting with him. And you can see up here, even though we're gonna put in some blown-in insulation here, because we're not heating the garage, but the homeowner wanted it tempered. And it's short dollars. The guys are already here. They got a truckload of cellulose. To blow a, you know, R60, R70 in the attic of the garage really isn't a huge add-on. But notice what Brian does. The full length of this, we have a catwalk, and then he'll continue that. We'll actually put a hole in there later, and he'll connect that attic to this attic. But Brian always wants to make sure that if he has to ever return here or somebody else has to return here to do work, they don't want to have to snowshoe through 22 inches of cellulose there. So Brian puts a catwalk in so you can do a nice clean walk all across that attic. All right, next detail. We're going to go to the roof for this one. It's one of my favorite details, right? Notice we have our boxed soffit, but it stops at the wall here. But the rake overhang comes out another 11 inches. And the reason for that is the rake I like to hold tight to the roof sheathing, right? So it doesn't come down. We don't have that large pork chop. It basically goes, the pork chop is in the plane of the wall here. So the box soffit is going to stop here. The corner board will go all the way up to the rake soffit, which goes around the roof there. It's a nice clean detail. You know, you might not be quite following along here, but I promise you we'll return and we'll shoot some of these exterior video details or exterior details in video. So anyways, nice flying rake detail.